shop? No. Well, that's the Abbey Rock. Because the London is there, and if we are heading east, we should probably go like there, and always actually probably here-ish, hit the station and hit the rock. Let's see, we have 7 fuel. I think I'm gonna do a small trip around here and then loop around back home, or loop around from here. That's probably what I will do. There's just a couple really big crabs in the way, which may be a bit troublesome. I'm gonna wait a bit. If this crabs goes down here, we can circle quickly through there. Go away, grabby. I wonder how difficult these are to fight. The smaller ones are basically free food. I don't think these are going to be free food. Oh, turn off the light. Ah, it's coming. Let's go. Put on the lights. Full speed ahead. It sucks that there is nothing on the sea here. Creeping tendrils of fungus, seaweed, and nameable flora. We have entered the snares. Ooh, what's that? A glowing shark? And another. The elder angler's crabs of the snares. Ugh. I think we are gonna loop around this hunk of rock and head south. Do a loop around the island and head back to London here. Still haven't discovered what is this. And there's the shark. Snared sharks of lick a monkey crack. What? Oh, don't come here. Go away. Big Moat Island. Let's stop here in the Big Moat. I think we can slow down a bit. I don't think the shark will kill us. Or we can head to the port quick enough before the shark comes. There's another shark there. Actually, this is pretty close. Phew. Saving game. Nice. A lonely desert beach. There is no habitation in sight. No market, very little in the way of maintained dock. A stretch of sand thickens into damp black earth, from which sprouts stunted palms, not quite, tall fungal growth with frond-like caps, as if someone sculpted the idea of a tree from a mushroom. These growths appear sparse near the beach, but clump closer together the farther inland one goes, clustering tightly into a sort of forest around the base of the island's central hill. You can see off in the distance dots of fire flecking the horizon, and hear clamorous shouts and a shot. Or shot. If you look to the quay, I don't know. You can make out the unusual shapes of 2 tiny figures. Disembark, see what awaits you. War. As you step onto the quay, you hear clamorous shouts. That's the same one. 2 tiny figures stand a little further down, somewhere, unmoving, rather as if awaiting your approach. A delegation. The figures are rodents. To your left is a Rattus Faber, wearing goggles, a blacksmith's apron, and an assortment of tools. To your right is an unusually large guinea pig, wearing a helmet and a breastplate reminiscent of nothing so much as the high Middle Ages. The rat steps forward first and bows. Welcome, Captain, to Rat Star Island. I am Edgar, the 2nd Chief Engineer of the 3rd Rat Brigade. I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expenses. The only cost of you is choice. The rat steps back at precisely the same moment with what appears to be the ease of long habit. The guinea pig scuttles forward and makes a declamatory chirp. Welcome, Captain, to the Isles of Kavia. I am Lady Augusta Devereux, Swinch of the Blackwater Swinches, Seneschal to our King Craisno, first of his name. I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expenses. The only cost is to you is a choice. Two stand at attention, looking at you expectantly. What choice? Your question must need be tentative. They sound so rehearsed. Enough of this. Sea monsters, faceless predators, screaming oceans, yes. But you draw the line at talking to guinea pigs in full armor. Back to your ship you go. Let's go with what choice. Your question must... okay, that's the same one. A tale of two cities. Nice. Pun there. Two remarkable rodents sit, squat before you. To whom will you speak first? Speak to the chief engineer. His eyes have a wave gold clean to them, and he wears scars like jewels. Speak to the seneschal. How does an armored guinea pig manage to look regal? Let's talk to the engineer. A stirring speech. As you ask the chief engineer to elaborate, he looks at you for a long, measured moment before speaking gruffly. We came to this island to make a home for ourselves away from London, its cats and snuffers, its ratskin suits. We came to live as citizens of our own republic. We came with our tools, our teeth, our clever hands, and we made a beautiful city by the light of the rat star that shone bright and blue on Mount Ararat. The chief engineer nods towards the distant hill. One day we braved the depths of the chicken woods, and from the top of the Mount Ararat we plucked the rat star to be our light, our beacon, our flag. But the peaks of Kavi saw the light, and they lusted for it. They sent the armies to rule us and steal our star. We will not permit them to take our what is ours. We will resist to our last breath. Will you join us in defeating them? Okay, let's check the guinea pigs. An effortless eloquence. The seneschal clears her throat with delicacy to rival the Duchess's own before speaking. Craisno, the king, our lord and sovereign, full 7 months had sojourned on the sea, conquered this land and won the southern main. Now no fortress against him shall remain, no city walls be left for him to gain. Save the rats that squeak behind the mountain. Unlikely was the lamb of our deliverance. Assured shall be our glorious and their fall. When our lady's eye restored be to our hall. The seneschal composes herself and then adds, we saw the truth and beauty by the light of our lady's eye on Mount Caveat, but the rats with their guns and their chatter and their peasants' politics stole it from us. We will subjugate them and take it back. They are a rabble, and we will rule them with the steel-shod velvet of our paws. Will you join us? Should we go with the rats or with the guinea pigs? I kinda like the regal guinea pigs for some reason. Also the rats are pretty fun. The rats maybe give us some engineering stuff, since they are gunners and engineers and stuff like that. They repair your ship at the dock as well, for shitloads of food. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the guinea pigs, I think. You've heard enough. Enough talk. You're ready to make a choice. Favor the chief engineer. He seems grumpy but honest. Also, you have seen what the rat-made weapons can do, and perhaps you'd rather not be on the receiving end of them. Favor the seneschal. Perhaps you've never liked the rats. Perhaps you've always been fond of ratskin suits. Perhaps seneschal's charms are too much for you. At any rate, you are keen to find out more about their civilization, and you can also not take part. Oh, you can also attempt to broker peace. Surely their communities are more numerous than their differences. Perhaps you can help them get along. I think this will be really difficult to do. I'm gonna go with the guinea pigs. Let's see. A night out of habit. You bow to the seneschal, who purrs with pleasure while the chief engineer gnashes his teeth, but keeps his distance. You have chosen wisely, Captain, says the seneschal. Come, and I will explain our situation to you in greater detail. Is now. Interesting. There is probably supposed to be a word there. That picture. That is really, really epic. Hey, Ian, how are you? A lesson in history. The seneschal leads you to the southern side of the island, skirting the chicken woods. You pass through the number of raised mounds of earth mixed with fortifying strips of mushroom flesh, which you suppose to be makeshift walls. The settlement is dazzling. This side of the island appears to be absolutely wretched in What? Scintillac, I guess. The cave's dwellings is awash with silver phosphorescence. You look around. It's a large colony. Most noticeable is a steam pinnacle, the impossible lamb that's run aground, from which cavies come and go, bearing supplies. To the right of the ship, farther down the beach, a large group of cavies lies on bundles of colorful cloth, whining and wailing as if in pain. To the left of the ship is a ramshackle tent of poles and linen, in front of which guinea pigs clashed against each other and sharpened their teeth. In the center of the village is a covered dais, veritably festooned with colorful cloth and guarded by well-decorated knights. You suspect this is where the King Graysnow keeps counsel. Be welcome, Captain, into the kingdom of Cavia, capital of our isle, and blessed by the light of Our Lady's eye. The seneschal speaks solemnly, but there is a hint of sadness in to her words. Or so it was, and shall be again. I must speak with our king, and prepare your arrival. My page will show you the area, and bring you in sight of his splendor in good time. Page, a much smaller guinea pig, its fur braided with a slender strip of parabola linen, scurries over and bows. The seneschal takes her leave. So we can go to the barracks, we can go to the steam pinnacle, we can go to the hospice, and we can go to the king. Let's check all of these and then go to the king. One moment. I guess I'm getting a allergic reaction from all of these rats and guinea pigs already, just having them in the game. Let's go to the barracks. So, what chances can guinea pigs stand against the weaponed might of Rattus Faber? Surprising odds. The page leads you to the barracks, where the knights don't deign to speak to one so undecorated as you. The page, however, is eager to answer your questions. The rats have no weapons, none to speak of. What is a gun without a bullet, but a sword without a blade? Ours are the supplies, the knives, the soft stuff, and the glory. Their teeth are sharp, it is true, while ours, the page hesitates as the knights glower at him, are sharper. All praise the flowers of the house of Kavi. One of the knight preens while the other grants indifference, working a whetstone along its front teeth. While you watch, a particularly vigorous swipe knocks a whole incisor out of place. It lands to on the ground in a black and bloody mess. The knight grasps the tooth and vanishes from sight, while the others glare in a way that dares you to make something of it. Let's go to the steam pinnacle. A chalky shore. The page chitters away while you inspect the vessel. Rats never. The splendor of Kavi overtook his vessel. I was born here, the first native of Kavia, but all our elders remember the voyage. It was hard, they say, but we were harder. but the sea is black and unkind. We were lost in the dark for weeks, and no one speaks of those horrible times. But out of the darkness came the light of Our Lady's eye, guiding us here, to our own isle. In time we will ride the waves again, perhaps once we have recovered our eye. Is it not splendid? It certainly may have been at one time, but you can see the hull's been severely damaged by Scintillac reef. There's no way the cavies can hope to repair it themselves. Perhaps the page says they are stranded here. See the hospice. Are those guinea pigs quarantined? The Black Death. An elderly-looking cavie greets you, eyeing you gravely. Many of us sickened during the voyage, rotting in our teeth, a weakness in the flesh. The isle was our salvation. The stronger among us made a pilgrimage towards the pool of Our Lady's light, and then, a miracle of miracles, they were cured. They bathed in her, they drank her sweet waters, and the strong brought the weak to her in turn. Soon we were thriving again, bearing our children and raising them to the love of Our Lady's eye, and see in it our deliverance. The elder looks sorrowfully at the sick under his care. Since the rats stole her, the sickness has returned. All this light is but a mockery of hers, and we gain from it no benefit. The only thing, the elder's ears and voice flatten in a hiss, that helps our condition is the flesh, the very hearts and livers of those rats who stole her from us. Let's see the king. You have seen all you need to see here. Time to see if the king is ready to receive you. This place is a lot of reading. Argent. Offer to obtain the eye by force. You have guns, you have a boat. If you tow a raiding party to the northern side of the island, then you and the cavies can flank the rats' settlement. That is a low chance. Offer medicine. You would rather not get directly involved, but you can spare some salves and brews. So we could offer medicine. Offer to obtain eye through cunning. One should use shadows to catch a light. The rats won't even know you were there, probably. This is not gonna help at all, I think. And we should do one of these, or not do anything. Actually, I didn't read this one. The page leads you, crouching at first, and then on your knees, before King Grace and the Seneschal. The king is the largest guinea pig you have ever seen, easily twice the size of largest knights in his retinue. The Seneschal looks positively dainty next to him. We are told, intones the king, that you have promised your assistance to the house of Cavie. This is agreeable to us, but what form shall your assistance take? Hey, Sangnif, how are you? Was it actually Sangnif who died at the last mission of Xenonauts? I think it may have been. I'm gonna take this. It's 1/4 chance, 24% chance. It's probably not gonna fail, but I'm gonna see what happens. You failed. A question of timing. You gave clear orders, your navigation was impeccable, but it seems the rats manning the front lines were able to signal the settlement about your attack and keep the cavies busy for long enough that the chief engineer succeeded in rallying his troops into defensive maneuvers and made it impossible for you to set foot on their beach. You watched helplessly as the cavies that managed to make it to the settlement fall singly and in groups, to the ruthless efficiency of the rats. The chief engineer, in turn, watches you and your crew while he instructs his fellows in setting cavies' heads on pikes and parading them along the shore. Great.